everybody, and welcome to Wayne's Gallery. I am here with one of our artists, Ed Gebhart. Hi.
Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you for being here with us. We have some of your art behind you. If you want to just kind of point out and talk a little bit about these pieces to start.
Well, these pieces are all from New Mexico. I do enjoy, since moving here, I enjoy finding pieces of New Mexico that I can represent in my art. The top one has a story behind it, but that's on the road to Santa Fe near La Cienega. This one is of the Taos Pueblo. This is of Chimayo, the church in Chimayo. And then this is one that I took of an aspen tree in Santa Fe. And I played with the colors. The original photograph is, of course, the leaves turning yellow, but I wanted to incorporate other colors in there. And that's one of my hallmarks, is my intensity of colors in my work.
So what products do you use to get the intense colors?
Right now I'm using acrylic.
Okay.
All of my paintings are acrylic on canvas, and I layer the paint to bring out the intensity of the colors.
Okay, so highly pigmented.
Yes.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your background. Were you always an artist?
Well, I started art very young. When I was in junior high, I was drawing, and so I started taking art classes. And my teacher and mentor back then was J.D. Dolan, who was the art teacher. And I followed him through high school, and he taught me watercolor, pastels, oils, and various different types of art, wood prints and things like that. And so I got to experience a lot of different styles of art because of him. I did not choose a career in art until much later in life. I went into the field of HR. And I worked in HR for over 30 years.
Bless your heart.
Yeah. And but my goal was always to return to my art. And so after I retired, I went into my art full time, and this is what I'm doing now.
Okay. What is the difference in career from HR to art as far as a typical day?
Well, obviously when you work in an organization, it's more structured. And but you know, the world of HR, and you know this too, you've got to think on your feet really quickly.
Yes, you do.
And so it really keeps your mind active. And when I was working, I was constantly thinking about my art. So most of my art was happening up here.
Yeah.
As I saw
I can relate.
things,
Yeah.
as I saw things, I go, oh, I have to do that. And then when I retired, you know, going into the art more full time, it wasn't so structured, and so it became upon me to act on those things I'd been thinking about, and mostly I would go out and photograph the things that I had been thinking about, and as ways to help me then put it on canvas.
Okay, so that's where you get your ideas from nature.
Yes,
you take it
mostly from nature.
Okay, all right. So a typical art day for you, would that be starting in the studio or starting in nature, getting your picture down?
Most days I start painting in the morning. I like the morning light. And then I do take a break, either to go swimming or do something active, and then of course lunch, and then I return to my art in the afternoon. Usually, when I've completed a piece, that's when I take time to go research more
Okay.
of what I want. And a lot of that is done through hiking. When I go on vacation, I usually go to the water. I like to snorkel.
Yeah,
And
me too.
that's encouraged me to do some sea life scenes as well.
Oh, I haven't seen any of
No,
those.
I haven't brought any of those in yet.
Okay.
But I really enjoy doing sea turtles.
Oh, yeah.
And that type of work as well. But I'm always drawn to the colors and the lighting. I think that's why I'm drawn to a lot of photographers who are very good with grabbing the light.
Yeah.
Is because that's what I like to do in my work, is to grab the light and the contrasts.
Yeah. Yeah. So out of all the mediums, you stuck mostly with acrylic. Do you still do any of the others?
I do. I'm working primarily with acrylics, but I'm going to be going back into my oil work.
Okay.
And so I'll have some oil paintings as well.
Okay. All right. What do you like the difference of acrylic and oil? That's actually two that I don't like to work in. One dries too fast, the other dries too slow.
Well, that's the problem I'm having in acrylic. It dries too fast.
It
I'm not a
does.
fast painter. But
Do you use like a slow retard?
Sometimes, but usually not. I just rework it if I have to.
Oh, okay.
And so the oil paintings will allow me a little bit more time. The reason I chose to do acrylics right now was to force me to paint quicker.
Okay.
So it's trying to get me in the habit of creating the image in a quicker format, and so I'll enjoy going back to oils as well.
Okay. Great. Is your art, has it evolved? Is it evolving into something different? Or are you really happy with the subject matters you're using? Or?
Well, I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I do see some involvement, evolvement with the use of color, and I'm really experimenting in that arena.
That's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started in acrylics and started learning the different mediums, and then once I got to watercolor, stopped for quite a while, and then went on to pastels, and then now I'm still in pastels because those are easier for me. I'm not fast, and I don't have enough time to see the process through the oil or the patience.
Yeah, you do have to have the time, and that's why I stuck with acrylic, was really to force me to work quicker in my subjects.
Yeah, I love your art. I love the vibrant colors. I love the subject matters. True New Mexico. And it's rare that someone does Chimayo. I mean, I think that is just awesome. And also the Pueblo. That's not done very often either.
Yeah,
Two
thank
great
you.
subject matters.
Oh, New Mexico has really become home for me. I grew up in Minnesota and came down to New Mexico in 1979
Okay.
to the University of New Mexico and finished my college education and then began my career. And when I first arrived, I was like, what did I do?
You're in a desert.
And about 6 months later, I just fell in love
Yeah.
with the topography, the colors, the landscape, and that has always captured my eye.
If you had one compliment, the best compliment ever, what would that be? Or what has it been
The best compliment on my
on
art?
your art?
I posted a painting that I just finished online, and another artist wrote back, and it's of a sunflower, and another artist wrote to me and said, I can actually see the wind moving the
Wow.
sunflower, and that's what I was trying to capture.
Wow.
And so I was very excited that another artist
Right.
saw that.
I know.
Because that's what I was attempting to do.
That is the best form of flattery, is
Yeah.
another artist, especially another good artist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, is there anything that you would like to share about your technique or about the art that you're going to be doing, or anything that you would like your fans to know?
Well, I'm just going to continue finding different subjects and trying to, I think for me, art should be a challenge, and every painting seems to be a challenge. And what I want to continue to work on is getting my paint to do things unexpected.
Okay. That's hard.
And that's a challenge, and that's what I
Good.
want to do.
Good. Well, I thank you so much for your time. We are Weems Gallery. You can see us online, on Facebook. Online would be weemsgallery.com. And on Facebook, Weems Gallery and Framing. We're also on Instagram, Weems Gallery and Framing. Thank you. And thank you for being here.
You're welcome.